Junior 6'6" forward is going to potentially play a big factor in this one.
Absolutely, yes. Like you mentioned with the size, I think it's important for Baldwin. They're going to have to block out and rebound as a team. Not one guy is going to be able to out-rebound this Bethel Park team.
We will pause for our national anthem and be back for the starting lineups here, Black Hawk TV.
Is also an educational experience for all players and students. Your paid admission requires you to demonstrate respect and sportsmanship. Anyone displaying negative or unsportsmanlike behavior will be asked to leave the facility. At this time, we'll leave you to rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And now we're getting it set for our starting lineups here at Bethel Park. Fighting Highlanders being announced first, and then the Bethel Park Black Hawks underway. So Caden Cherico in the lineup for the Fighting Highlanders, wearing number 2. A junior who's the brother of AJ Cherico, who started last season for Baldwin as a senior. Nate Richards has moved from point guard to shooting guard for Baldwin. Nate Wessling, the brother of James Wessling, 48 points, the Baldwin school record a couple of years ago when these two teams played. Max Marzina is a first-year starter for Baldwin, a sophomore guard wearing number 12. And Matt Shank, second-year starter as well in there for Jeff Ackerman in his 4th season, leading the Fighting Highlanders. Joe Mikulski, one of the assistant coaches who was a big part of this team as well. For the Bethel Park Black Hawks, 1-2 overall for Bethel. First home game of the season. Sean Davis, senior 6'4" forward, he wears 00. Will be a big factor today on the glass, and a big reason why Bethel Park can have success today. Senior guard Nick Brown, 5'11", wears number 2, one of the main ball handlers on this Black Hawk squad. Tanner Piper, the junior 6'6" forward, starting quarterback on the Black Hawks football team. Jack Bruckner, whose dad actually is a teacher in the Baldwin Whitehall School District. He's a junior 6-foot guard. And Michael Mathias, 6'2" guard, wears number 11 to round out the starting lineup for head coach Dante Calabria. Black Hawk alum, one of the best players from this area that you'll find in a very, very long time. Played at North Carolina under Dean Smith. Got a chance to talk to Coach Calabria about that before, and man, what an experience that had to be, huh, Justin?
Crazy.
You and I, advocates of North Carolina basketball like we are, it's had to be pretty cool for him to be able to experience that in college.
100%.
Matt Shank will jump it up, as well as Tanner Piper. Piper 6'6", Shank at 6'4". Shank is the tallest player on the Fighting Highlanders roster. Piper at 6'6", the tallest for Bethel, and right away, 3 seconds in, a whistle. And it looks like we're going to do it again off a jump ball. So Nate Wessling will jump it up opposite Bruckner, and it's one back to Baldwin. Into the hands of Caden Cherico, now Max Marzina. Sophomore point guard, tries to go around Davis, and now into the hands of Nate Wessling. Wessling backs it up. First possession of the game goes to Baldwin, and now Matt Shank up top to Richards. Richards has a lane. Left side elbow jumper was wide open and hit it. First points for Nate Richards, had 26 in the game against Thomas Jefferson earlier this year. The only loss for Baldwin, that being the only road contest before today's matchup at Bethel. Davis drives to the basket, not able to finish. Rebound down low, and Piper will go to the line.
Just like we said, Austin, we think that Bethel Park is going to be all over the glass tonight. And you can see on the first possession, missed layup leads to a Piper rebound, and he's at the line shooting too.
And that's one thing that Bethel Park can just try to take advantage of as Caden Cherico picks up his first foul. First free throw off the mark for Piper. Nick Brown, Sean Davis were some of the key impact guys in last year's matchup. Piper hits the second free throw. 2-1 Baldwin. Bethel Park in an abbreviated press, just picking up full court. Not too much pressure applied as Max Marzina takes it over the timeline. Marzina drives, has a lane, puts it up, hits hard to the ground, but Davis got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds, and it'll be Baldwin basketball at the right side block. Good contest there from Sean Davis.
Really good contest. Like we said, again, their size already is coming into effect here early in the game with the rebound and the block down low.
And Davis, 6'4" forward, guarding Marzina, who only goes at 6 foot. Now Nate Wessling will try a right side elbow jumper. That one rattles off. Rims here are a little bit bouncy.
They are, and it looks like Baldwin is going to be able to get to that middle of the lane. And with Richards and Wessling, that's their shot if they can pull up from 10 feet.
Matthias gives it over to Davis, who is guarded by Marzina. Davis, step back, that is a 2. Rattles off, and a rebound goes to Caden Cherico. Marzina gets a screen from Shank and another from Cherico. Has some open room and loses the handle on it. Battle for it on the ground between Marzina and Davis into the hands of the Blackhawks.
Bethel Park looking to run here a little bit.
Brown brings it up. Step back three-pointer, tough shot off the front of the rim. Bounced into the hands of Cherico, but out of bounds, last touch by him. Blackhawks ball out of bounds at the left side block.
Both teams wasting no time with each possession that they've had. Shots are going up within 10 to 15 seconds.
And a couple of step-back shots from Bethel as well, just trying to create some space and find openings. Not too much materializing down low other than the pipe for offensive rebound and score as Matthias can't get that one to fall. Into the hands now of Cherico, another rebound. Richards pushes it up the floor to Wessling. Looks for the bounce pass and goes to Richards. He'll try a 3 left side of the floor. That one's off the mark. Another one that just bounced out. Looked like the Blackhawks were trying to connect to Jack Bruckner, who was streaking down the court, but Richards got back just in time, and Brown will now outlet it into the middle of Matthias.
Bethel Park not really trying to get inside just yet.
But there's the backdoor pass. A good one at that from Davis, but just not able to capitalize on the layup opportunity left side. Now Nate Wessling looks to attack. Backs it out, now charges towards the basket. Wessling creates space. Bethel wants an offensive foul. Tipped out by Cherico. Wessling's got it back. Cross-court pass. Max Marzina will try a deep-range 3. That one misses.
Great cross-court look there by Wessling.
A good look, but a lot of misses so far. Bethel has not made a field goal rather. Only one free throw. That being from Tanner Piper. The foul goes on Nate Wessling.
Baldwin seems to be able to get open looks here, Austin. A couple nice mid-range pull-ups from Wessling and Richards, and that open 3 from Marzina. So I think if you're Jeff Ackerman, you're pretty excited how the offense is working right now. Just got to make some shots.
Just try to get it more into the smooth flow of the game. Nick Brown to the line. He can't get the first one to bounce in. So the offense has gone a little bit cold in this middle of December day. Austin Bechtel, Justin Mice with you here on Blackhawk TV. First Blackhawk TV game of the year for Bethel basketball as that one's missed. And Matt Shank gets it knocked out of bounds off the rebound. Fighting Highlanders will have it out of bounds. So 4 free throws have been attempted by Bethel Park. Only 1 of 4 at the line. Piper made the second, but Brown came up empty on both shots. And 2 subs are ready at the scorer's table to check in. Jumper from Richards. One misses. Rebound. Cherico is able to follow. Caden Cherico with his first points. Baldwin takes a 4-1 lead. Long pass for 3. Bruckner right side of the floor. a little bit too long, and now a rebound for Max Marzina, looking to try to push in transition. Marzina with Wessling. Nate Wessling will try a three left side. That one's good. Nate Wessling with a money ball three makes it 7-1 Fighting Highlanders.
Nate Wessling stepping into that one in rhythm. Nice look by Marzina.
And how about the steal from Caden Cherico on the other end? Marzina has it over to Richards. Ball fake. Richards lost the handle, but out of bounds, last touch by Bethel Park.
Quick pace to this one.
Very quick pace, especially in the last couple of possessions. Two subs for Bethel. Benjamin Lentz comes in. Paul Digbu as well. Into Richards. Now back up top, Wessling. Wessling has a lane, creates space. Not able to capitalize there. It looks like Benjamin Lentz just went a little bit too far. He's got the basketball now and kind of overcommitted on the drive. All the way to the hoop. Scoop layup, no good for Matthias. Now Matt Shank looks to push. Richards fakes on a three, backs it out. Max Marzina, wide open shot right side. Misses, rebound Matt Shank. Shank gets it poked out of bounds and will stay with Baldwin.
Good ball movement by Marzina to find that Richards was open in the corner and just able to kick it back to him for another open look. They just can't get him all to fall right now.
Marzina gets it into Wessling. Wessling ball fake to the basket, gets fouled.
Wessling noticed the lane was open there, quick jab step, and he's at the line shooting too.
I looked pretty close to see if it was indeed a foul, or I don't think it was all ball, but it's the first foul on Bethel Park of the quarter. Nate Wessling hits the first shot. Wessling had a career-high 29 points against Fox Chapel on Friday. He is an 87% free throw shooter and makes them both.
Wessling good for both of his pair.
Richards picking up Brown. I think it's just to slow the tempo here for Bethel Park.
And helps force another steal into the hands of Richards. Foul line jumper off the glass. Can't get that one to bounce in. Davis, long pass up to Digbu, who's got the layup.
Digbu for two.
First field goal for Bethel Park comes with just about 3.5 to go in the first quarter.
Really nice look by Davis there.
Marzina with it. Past the Cherico screen and gets bumped by Matthias. Matthias picks up his first. So Digbu has a foul. Matthias has a foul. Two substitutions in for Bethel Park as it's Pfeiffer and Bruckner who return.
Both teams wanting to get up and down the court. Short possessions here.
Matthias and Davis take a seat. We haven't really seen too many possessions, at least that have been created for Bethel Park to find open space and really get into the offense either. Had some trouble getting the ball over the timeline as well as Marzina attacks and backs it out. Marzina drives and gets fouled. One's going to go off Pfeiffer, his first. So, Justin, the rules are different now in terms of fouls. It's just like the high school girls basketball rule. It's no longer 7 fouls and a half. You're shooting 1 and 1, 10 fouls, and it's a double bonus. From a former player's perspective, do you like the new way, 5 fouls and it's the double bonus? His Wessling shot is good, nothing but net. Nate Wessling splashes it in with 7 points.
Nate Wessling getting to his spot in the mid-range early here in the game, and he's finally able to connect with one.
Get back to that thought in a moment as it looks like Brown traveled, and that is indeed the case. Our sponsors for today's broadcast, AHN Sports Medicine, E-Services Technology, as well as Trout Plumbing and Loewe Enterprises. We'll take another look at the steal.
That's 2 possessions in a row. Baldwin's pressure causing a Bethel Park turnover. You'll probably see them stay in that for at least the end of this first quarter after getting 2 turnovers.
And it was a Brown travel, rather, and helped force another turnover from Baldwin. 11-3. Baldwin leads Bethel Park. Richards with it. Over to Cherico, and now back to Richards. Hey, Richards, jab step up top. Guarded well by Pfeiffer. Now Wessling. Wessling, not a lot of space there, but able to get it to Richards before he fell to the deck. Richards has the lane all the way to the basket. Gets fouled and one. Nate Richards has a chance at a three-point play. He has 4 today. Try to make it 5 for number 3.
Nice job by Richards, realizing he has the bigger Pfeiffer on him. Able to use his speed and get around him for an and 1.
And that's now 2 fouls on Pfeiffer.
And that's something to keep note of. That's one of their bigger guys, like we mentioned. If you got them on the bench, look for Baldwin to really attack the rim a little more.
Do you like the new way that games are being played now in terms of fouls? 5 fouls into double bonus. It's different. It's definitely an adjustment.
It is definitely an adjustment, but as a former player, I think I'm used to what it was in the past. So definitely takes a little bit for me to get used to.
In the corner, Bethel trying to just corral it, and now back up top, swinging around to Davis.
Baldwin has played some really good on-ball defense here to start the game.
Davis gets fouled by Richards. Davis was calling for it, and Richards had his back to him, basically back on back. Right there, just trying to create position, and an awkward fall there from Davis onto Nate Richards, who picks up his first.
Good awareness by Davis there. Notice he has a smaller Richards on him. He's going to look to post up, and I think if that happens again, they're going to feed it to him. They're going to feed it to him again.
Pretty dangerous play there, but
absolutely,
you're right, a good idea. Able to feed Davis there and see if that might be the case right off the inbound. Indeed it is, with Jaden Dutine guarding him fresh into the game. Davis' shot won't go, and Dutine gets the board. Dutine up the floor to Richards. Down low, Shank. Matt Shank swings across court. Gabe Barakat also fresh into the game for Baldwin. Lost the handle, but falling to the ground, got fouled.
That's going to be on Davis. Like we said, with Pfeiffer already having 2 fouls. The big men for Bethel Park are 2 fouls, and now that's 1 foul for Davis, so we better keep an eye on that.
And it's 5 team fouls in the quarter on Bethel Park, which means Baldwin free throws. Bethel Park decides to use its first timeout. First timeout used by either side. 1:46 to go, first quarter of play. Baldwin leads Bethel Park 14-3 on Black Hawk TV.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
1:46 to go in the first quarter of play from Bethel Park. 2 free throws coming from Gabe Barakat, junior 6'1" forward for Baldwin, one of the key reserves for the Fighting Highlanders off the bench, and he will shoot 2. Able to get the first, and don't want to harp on it too much, but that is a part of the new rules. After the foul was committed against Davis, by Davis on Barakat, who made both.
Good for his 2.
Baldwin a perfect 5 for 5 from the line here in the first quarter.
Bruckner double team, swings it over. Right side 3 from Lentz, he's got it. Benjamin Lentz, money ball on the triple, first triple for Bethel Park. Cuts it back to 10, 16-6.
No hesitation there by Lentz. That's a catch and shoot 3.
Richards left hand scores all the way to the basket, too easy for the senior guard to attack.
Early on here in this first quarter, it's been a lot of Richards and Wessling attacking the basket.
Again is Wessling to the basket. You harped on it, Justin. There it is again. Nate Wessling, 9 points. Nate Richards has 7. Bethel able to break it, though. Left side block, shot up. No good. Off the mark for Michael Bruckner. Davis, though, is able to finish from the right side block. First points for Davis.
Nice job by Davis here, getting on the glass and getting an easy 2.
Richards creates space. Inside, turn around, goes to Nate Wessling. Now Richards up top. 44 seconds and counting in the first quarter of play. Richards attacks and swings it over to Jaden Dutine. Dutine gets fouled.
That's 2 on Davis.
So now 2 on Sean Davis, 2 on Tanner Pfeiffer. Bethel Park's gotten into not so good foul trouble here in the first quarter.
You also got to give credit there to Baldwin. Their guards are just able to attack the rim and put pressure on Bethel's big men.
So Jaden Dutine will go to the line for 2.
I jinxed it.
That is the first missed free throw for Baldwin. First game that you've been able to announce, Justin, you realize that sometimes the announcer jinx actually is a real thing.
I
Or
think
maybe
it
it's
is.
just all mental in our heads.
It's real, Austin.
EJ Golvash subs in for Baldwin as Duteen's second free throw is good. Golvash, the lone freshman on the varsity squad. He helps provide pressure up top on Matthias. Matthias gets it back, trying to break this before 10 seconds. Able to do so into the hands of Brown. A couple guys wide open at the block and swung back up top now. Brown has it. He's guarded by Richards. Brown attacks, pull-up jumper off the front of the rim. Rebound down low, Digbu, and it's into the hands of Michael Bruckner. Off the missed shot. What a pass from Barakat up to Golvash. Layup's good. Great feed from Gabe Barakat to find EJ Golvash, the freshman. And on the other side, Bethel Park in transition with 2.2 seconds to go. Able to cash in.
Very good job by Baldwin there. That's a team rebound leading to an outlet and an easy two. But Bethel Park wasting no time and getting right back down the floor.
Yeah, Michael Bruckner scored and was fouled as the personal goes on Gabe Barakat. Bruckner was able to finish, go to the line and try to make it one more. That one rattles in. Barakat, long pass up to Duteen. It's stolen away by Digbu, who throws it up, but no good as the quarter comes to an end. 23-11, the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders out in front by 12 as we go to the second quarter of play. 8 minutes gone by in the first half, 8 more to go here on Black Hawk TV.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Hey, Dad, what's up?
Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right.
Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
We begin the second quarter of play, 23-11. Baldwin leads it. What do you think Bethel Park needs to do to begin this second quarter? Maybe just to get off to a little bit of a faster start, find a rhythm on offense.
I think first you got to handle the pressure that Baldwin's applying. A couple steals from Baldwin led to some easy buckets, but really Bethel Park hasn't even been able to set up in their offense just because of that pressure. So I think Bethel Park's going to need to get the ball in the hands of their point guard, slow it down, and get into some offense.
Brown has it. Digbu provides a screen. Two guys there. Bruckner as well. As Brown swings it over into the hands of Matthias. Matthias tries to spin it around Duteen, but Duteen gets the steal and knocked out of bounds going to Baldwin.
Great ball pressure by Duteen, forcing the turnover.
And it's been Baldwin defensively that's really not allowed Bethel to start to find itself offensively and get into too many plays. The only time that we have seen it, it's worked. A couple backdoor plays.
And one thing that does with all the pressure, it takes away the big men for Bethel Park. Can't work the ball inside.
Duteen's pass is stolen away. Brown, bounce pass taken away by Cherico. It was a good idea, but Cherico read it well. Nate Westling traveled. Just looked like he took too much of a hop step there, and he gets called.
I think he got caught in between maybe pulling up for a three and thinking about maybe driving to the rim.
So Baldwin backs off a little bit. Brown easily over the timeline, guarded by Golvash. Michael Bruckner and now Matthias. Jack Bruckner. Jack and Michael both out there. Into the hands of Brown. They're trying to set Digbu up down low. We're going to try to post up Cherico. Into the corner. Michael Bruckner drives. Digbu's got it. Long pass stolen away by Westling. One-on-one with Brown. Nate Westling lost it on the way up. Was knocked away. Good defense from Nick Brown.
Great hustle by Brown to get back on that play.
Now Matthias looks down low for Digbu, guarded by Shank. He's a pull-up jumper that just bounces a couple of times off the rim. And Cherico's able to rip it away. Caden Cherico with another rebound for Baldwin. Swings it to Golvash. EJ Golvash attacks, puts up the shot, and will go to the line. Foul goes on 24, Michael Bruckner. That's his first.
Bethel foul number 24, Bruckner. His first. Team first.
Bethel Park's been looking to get it inside to Digbu. They've been able to the last 2 possessions. Seems like Baldwin might have backed off the pressure just a little bit, and Brown's able to feed it inside.
First free throw up and good for the freshman E.J. Golvesh. Substitutions, Connor Carabinos comes in for Bethel Park.
I would expect Baldwin on a make here to pick up full court.
We've seen it a decent amount, but Golvesh not able to get the second one to drop. All the way to the basket, good pass to Digbu. No foul called, tipped around from Shank and back into the hands of Michael Mathias, who delivered the pass, delivers the shot up into the basket.
Mathias with a great look inside.
It's the first points of the quarter for Bethel Park. Max Marzina all the way to the basket, bounce pass to Shank. Shank's layup misses, but follows and gets it to fall. Second chance effort for Matt Shank gives him his first points. 4 of the 5 Baldwin starters have scored.
Baldwin is picking up full court on a make and getting back and playing half-court defense on a miss.
It's done pretty well for them. Mathias with it. Lost the handle. Now Carabinos. Pull-up jumper off a dribble. Rebound from Golvesh.
A lot of mid-range jumpers here, both teams.
Decent amount as Caden Cherico will try on the arc and got it to go. It rattled around a couple of times, but Caden Cherico got it to spin in. He's got 5 points in his first triple. Second 3 from Baldwin in the game. Bethel Park will try a long-range shot, and that one's in. Michael Mathias able to answer. He's got 5 points.
Right when I talk about the mid-rangers, 2 threes back-to-back possessions.
And 1 steal taken from Bethel now. Up the floor. Blocked by Nate Wessling and out of bounds. Substitutions back in for Bethel.
Entering in for Baldwin, number 3, Nathan Richards.
Nate Richards returns for Baldwin.
Really nice pull-up by Mathias.
Number 0, Sean Davis.
And on the other end, another 3-ball for Mathias.
And number 34.
Carabinos throws it in. Into the hands of Will Thomas. Washington with good defense there. Help pass it off to Davis, who puts up the shot and gets it to fall. John Davis now with 4 points. 2 points in each quarter. 4:40 to go. Second quarter of play. Bethel Park trying to cut the deficit inside 10. Richards dribbles into a 3. Misses. Rebound from Shank. Shank, second chance effort. Off the mark. Taken now by Davis up the floor. Davis looks to push. John Davis, foul line jump shot. It's good. Davis with points on back-to-back possessions. He's now got 6. It's a 9-point game. 29-20. 4:17 to go. First half of play.
Bethel Park with some token pressure here.
Richards pass is kicked by Tanner Pfeiffer. So Pfeiffer's back in there with the 2 fouls. Davis also has 2 fouls. So Dante Calabria electing to get his starters back out there. High-impact guys that you need to score.
Absolutely.
And we've seen Davis being able to do that here in the second. Pfeiffer not so much yet. With only 1 point. It was the first point for Bethel Park on a free throw.
And like you mentioned with Pfeiffer and Davis, you do have to be careful. Both of them with 2 fouls. If I'm a Baldwin guard trying to slice to the lane, I'm attacking right at those 2.
Or take that as Nate Wessling had a wide open 3-pointer. He's in double figures now with 12. Second triple for
Nice
Wessling.
look.
Wide open down low.
Parisi for 2.
And Parisi's able to get that one to fall. His first points. Richards to Marzina. Marzina will take a 3 off the back of the rim. Taken by Thomas. Thomas dribble drive. Now Carabinos. Back to Davis. Looking to try to set up Pfeiffer down low, guarded by Shank. Davis, step back, tough shot, but nails it.
Davis
Just
for
enough
2.
room for Sean Davis. 8 points. He's starting to feel it.
He's got a quick 6.
Been very strong in this second quarter for Bethel Park. It's an 8-point game, 32-24. The offense has really picked up in the quarter.
It has.
Marzina gets fouled.
Davis is a tough matchup for Baldwin. Bigger guy, but also could handle the ball, pretty athletic.
Number 5, number 34, Will Thomas, his first. Team second.
Great pass delivered to the block as well. do-it-all type player for the senior.
There it is again. Sean Davis just with a step back.
And number 24, Mike Bruckner.
Mike Bruckner, 24, back in for Bethel Park. Inbound right to Marzino. 3 minutes to go in the half.
Looks like we got a 2-3 zone here from Bethel Park.
Indeed the case. Trying to change it up a little bit.
Just to slow down the penetration from Baldwin. Baldwin's had success getting to the lane and getting to the mid-range. This 2-3 should prevent that.
Jericho's three-pointer right side corner is off the mark. Rebound down low. A foul called on Richards as Michael Bruckner was trying to corral it. Now that's 2 fouls on Nate Richards.
And that looks what Bethel Park is trying to do. Keep their guards out on the perimeter, make them make threes.
So as we mentioned, what needed to happen, Bethel's really settled in, and Davis not settling in on that drive. Lost the handle on the way up. Just an errant shot, but Blackhawks will retain possession. 2:28 on the clock, 32-24. Bethel Park won the matchup last year, 56-54. Baldwin won it the year before by 20 points. Davis, long-range three. Off the back of the rim, Shank tips it to Jericho.
Maybe a heat check.
Why not when Davis has been the main offensive production? Richards down low. Good find
Nice
to
look.
Shank, who puts it up and in.
Great pass by Richards and an even better slip by Shank.
Nate Richards averages 5.5 assists per game. Was the starting point guard for the last couple of years for Baldwin before moving into a shooting guard role. Mike Bruckner to Davis. Davis has the mismatch, turnaround shot, very difficult one, and airballed out of bounds. Going to Baldwin.
Difficult shot, but there's the ball pressure again by Baldwin, causing that shot by Davis.
Substitutions number 11. Mike Mathias, number 10.
Davis goes off the floor as well as Carabinos as well. Paul Digbu comes back on.
Looks like Bethel Park is staying in the 2-3.
10-point game, 34-24. Nate Wessling with it, now Shank. Ball movement critical to being able to break a 2-3 zone. See if Baldwin just continues to try to swing it around, knocked out of bounds by Mathias.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be key for Baldwin here to move the ball around the perimeter. You saw Shank flashes from the opposite block, and that's just a simple play against the zone. But keeping the ball movement is going to be a key here for Baldwin. But this 2-3 zone has definitely slowed them down a little bit.
Now Richards. Marzina. Richards again. Baldwin in no rush to try to get something going offensively to a shot attempt. Wessling can't get that one to fall. It rattled around. Shot that was attempted from the middle of the PIAA logo. Now Mathias. Swings it. Jack Bruckner. Jack drives, turns around, and dishes it out. Ooh, and Nate Wessling thought he stole it away, but a foul called. Wessling is all the way on the other side of the floor, ready to attempt a layup. Gets called for his second.
Davis coming back into the game here. Obviously with the 2 fouls, he has to be careful. Does not want to get a third before halftime.
So it will be out of bounds. Davis will throw it in. 55.7 to go. Not close to the penalty. 2 fouls apiece on both sides. As Davis throws it long and almost stolen away by Richards in the hands of Mathias, who drives all the way to the basket. Put up an errant shot attempt. Rebound, follow, no good. Bounced around so many times where Jericho's now able to take it on a 2-on-1. Davis back defending. Jericho's layup, no good. Rebound, Marzina, but a foul called. As bodies collided on the ground, Caden Jericho will shoot 2.
Caden Jericho, nice rebound. Able to push it and get down in transition.
Jack Bruckner had a chance on the other end. Try to capitalize on the rebound. Bruckner's the one that picked up the foul. First for Jack. Michael also has one. 2 shots for Caden Jericho. Can't get the first. Jericho leads the team in rebounding, averages 5.5 a game, as well as 7.5 points per game. Brother AJ was a starter on the team last year. For a little bit of the season, was a sixth man, then became a starter, runs track at West Liberty. Jericho shot up and good. He now has 6. So Davis will bring it up for Bethel Park. Leading scorer for the Blackhawks with 8 points. Bethel Park at 1-2 overall. This is the home opener for Bethel Park. Gabe Bearcat comes back in for Baldwin. 35 seconds and counting for Bethel Park to try to do something with it, and Jaden Dutine knocks it out of bounds.
Probably got to think here Bethel Park wants the last shot.
Don't want to give Baldwin another opportunity to try to score it as Davis corrals it over the timeline with plenty of time. 30 seconds. Michael Bruckner over to Jack. Hand it off. Jack Bruckner drives on Bearcat and goes back over to Davis. Davis has the lane, decides to take it. Difficult shot, can't get that one to fall. Mike Bruckner, though, on the follow. Can't get that one to drop either. Blocked by Matt Shank on another attempt from Bruckner. Digbu has it on the ground, as well as Davis. 4.6 seconds left. Might have been a timeout called, and that is indeed the case. Bethel Park was able to get a timeout off.
What a block by Shank.
See if we can get another look at that as, wow.
Scramble for it after the Shank block. He 100% saved 2 points there.
Yeah, Matt Shank. All of his 6'4" frame there to get a hand on it, and maybe more than a hand. Rejected that one of the cleanest blocks you'll find. And still for Bethel, though, pretty decent timeout. Still, you'll have 3 remaining for the second half. 4.6 seconds left. Want to try to capitalize here. Cut this under 10 again before going into the break.
Yeah, absolutely enough time here to run a good play. You can do a couple dribbles if you want, but no need to rush or force a shot here with 4.6.
Probably going to try to create a good open look for Davis right off the inbound potentially.
I would think so.
The ball will be inbounded at the right side block underneath the basket out of bounds after the timeout was called closer to half court. Maybe in between half court and the 3-point line. Into Davis at the left side block. Davis, turnaround jumper on Dutine. Can't get it to fall, and Matt Shank gets the rebound to close out the first half. 35-24. The Baldwin Fighting Highlanders lead it after one half of play here on Blackhawk TV. 12 points for number 11, Nate Westling. 8 for Sean Davis, the senior's 6'4" forward, dealing with 2 fouls. Tanner Piper also has 2 fouls. 2 on Nate Richards as well as Nate Westling as we reach the break, an 11-point lead for Baldwin.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskate your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
If you accept credit payments with anyone other than eServices Payment Technology, you are paying too much. At eServices Technology, we redefine convenience and security with our cutting-edge merchant payment processing. Whether you're a small business or large corporation, switch to a more accurate and efficient payment processing tool. Trust eServices for secure transactions that redefine the future of payments and can beat your current rates. Visit us at eservicestech.com, conveniently located near Baldwin High School.
Here at Lil Way, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Lil Way is quick turnaround times and a really high quality product.
Trump Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Yeah, Dad, what's up?
Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right. Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
If you accept credit payments with anyone other than eServices Payment Technology, you are paying too much. At eServices Technology, we redefine convenience and security with our cutting-edge merchant payment processing. Whether you're a small business or large corporation, switch to a more accurate and efficient payment processing tool. Trust eServices for secure transactions that redefine the future of payments and can beat your current rates. Visit us at eservicestech.com, conveniently located near Baldwin High School.
We begin the start of the second half. 35-24, the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders lead the Bethel Park Black Hawks here on Black Hawk TV. Baldwin in 6A, Section 2 of 6A with Mount Lebanon, Cannon-Mac, Upper St. Clair, Norwin, and Hempfield. A lot of teams that Bethel Park is very familiar with. But in 5A, Section 1, Black Hawk section opponents, Thomas Jefferson, really good team this year. He started out 3-1, a team that Baldwin lost to. Peters Township 2-2, Blackhawks at 1-2, as well as Ringgold and Trinity, Connellsville 0-4. The first half highlights, a lot going in Baldwin's favor, but we started to see in the second quarter Sean Davis start to find a rhythm, and also Michael Matthias with creative passes, being able to get to the basket. Matthias knocked down one of 2 Bethel Park triples in the first half as well. Benjamin Lentz had the other. One coming right there for the Blackhawks, being able to convert from behind the arc, but it's been Davis the real story for the Blackhawks.
It has been Davis, and it was a lot of Davis in the second quarter there. We'll see what Baldwin, or if Baldwin makes any adjustments on the defensive end to kind of keep him in check. And something to pay attention to, Austin, is going to be the defense of Bethel Park. I thought that 2-3 was able to slow Baldwin down a little bit.
Yeah, it really did change some things. As Baldwin begins with the basketball, Fighting Highlanders will attack. Right side basket as you see it.
They're coming out man-to-man, and it seemed like a little bit of a trap on the first pass.
And off the pass from Marzina to Cherico. Cherico's foot was out of bounds. So Bethel Park takes over and right away able to force a turnover. So Bethel Park and its home white uniforms with orange numbers and orange trim. It's that one knocked out, and Baldwin thought it's going to be Fighting Highlanders basketball. It'll stay with Bethel Park. Baldwin in its purple uniforms with white numbers and white trim. Will Thomas with it, swings it around. Matthias to the corner. Three-pointer in the air for Jack Bruckner. That one, though, off the back of the rim and into the hands of Richards. Richards to Cherico. Could swing it to Westling and instead gives it to him right by the wing. Westling lost his footing, but able to corral. Good defense there from Jack Bruckner. Now Matt Shank drives, but double dribbled. Defense there from Pfeiffer.
Once again, Bethel Park falling back into a man-to-man defense.
It's forced 2 turnovers on 2 possessions.
It has.
So it's worked out pretty well. Thomas with it. A lot of movement from Bethel Park off the ball. Thomas looking for an outlet. Bounce pass. Layup. Can't get it to fall. Tanner Pfeiffer's shot just bounced off the rim. Now Westling pushes. Nate Westling to the corner. Caden Cherico will try a 3-pointer. That one's in. Money ball for Caden Cherico. He's got 9 points.
Really nice job by Westling, just attacking the paint.
Great pass
finding the shooter.
Great pass from Thomas to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's first field goal, now with 3.
I like what Pfeiffer did on the previous possession too, kind of just sealing his man off. That one was able to go, the one before it didn't, but 2 good possessions for Pfeiffer on the offensive end.
Cherico's 3 doesn't fall, but he gets the pass from Westling that was tipped out to him, and a foul called will send Caden Cherico to the free throw line. And it goes on Davis. So now 3 fouls on Sean Davis.
Foul number 0, Davis.
Really good job by Cherico following his shot.
Cherico is 1 of 2 at the line today. And makes the first. Nothing but net on the first attempt. In double figures now with 10. And able to hit them both. So 11 points now for Cherico. Lead now up to 14 for Baldwin, 40-26. Matthias, pull-up jumper at the elbow. Misses. Davis on the follow, puts it back up and in.
Great rebound and an even better finish.
10 points now for Sean Davis. Long pass up to Marzina. Good look from Richards to find him. Marzina to Shanks. Shanks layup. A little bit awkward there. It goes out of bounds, and I think Shanks just kind of whiffed on it. Kind of a swing and a miss. We take another look at the layup from Davis.
Really good job crashing the glass, and like I said, even better finish. Strong with 2 hands.
Bruckner looks down low to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer shot will go to the line.
Seems like Bethel Park is trying to get Pfeiffer involved in some action early here in the third.
The foul goes on Matt Shank. Why not? When you have somebody 6'6" with these skills that Tanner Pfeiffer has. Good idea to get him involved. but can't rattle in the first free throw.
Bethel Park is doing a better job of handling Baldwin's ball pressure that is allowing them to get the ball inside to Davis and Pfeiffer down on the block.
Pfeiffer's second shot, though, is good.
Pfeiffer good for half of his carry.
Jack Bruckner comes off the court.
Number 33, John Parisi.
John Parisi comes on for the Blackhawks. Bethel Park in a full press up the floor, and Nate Wessling was standing out of bounds when he grabbed it. Inbounded it to Richards and then got it right back, but not a good idea to stay on the baseline.
Good start to the second half for Bethel Park, causing a few turnovers.
Thomas gets it into Richards. Richards 2-on-1 with Wessling. Nate Richards puts it up, can't finish. Wessling though on the follow as Richards and Wessling hit the deck, but it'll be Nate Wessling attempting two.
Nice job by Wessling, following up the miss from Richards.
And the foul goes on Matthias. So you had that 2-on-1, and typically you just see crash the two blocks, maybe a pass off of it. Richards attempted the shot, and it was just a good job from Wessling to follow.
Yeah, not giving up on the play, recognizing that the Bethel Park defender was able to chase Richards down, and that's just Wesley not giving up on the play.
He makes them both now with 14 points and a timeout called by Baldwin. 42-29 here in the third quarter of play. 5:48 to go in the quarter. 14 points for Nate Wessling. Bethel Park is 1-2, trying to get to 500 on the year. Blackhawks will face off against Upper St. Clair on the 15th. That is always a big game when the Upper St. Clair Panthers come to town. Team that's supposed to be right near the upper echelon of 6A once again, before matchups against Elizabeth Forward and Seton LaSalle, both road contests for the Blackhawks.
Bethel Park versus St. Clair is always a great rivalry, and I know when the schedule comes out, every Bethel Park player is circling that one.
Yeah, it's different when Baldwin and St. Clair are non-section matchups. It's been section opponents for so long, but with how things roll with enrollment numbers and the likes of that. Austin Bechtel, Justin Mice here on Blackhawk TV. It's just kind of how things occasionally can play out, but always great to see these two on the schedule regardless of when it might be. You always know you're going to get a good matchup.
Absolutely, and if you're a player, that's an easy one to get up for.
And section opponents in so many other sports. You think of football, you think of volleyball. Right away as Thomas gets it up. Matthias looking to move with it.
Jeff Ackerman
able to corral.
Applying the pressure once again in the full court.
And Blackhawks almost got a good opportunity off of it, but here's a shot. Thomas, left side, just a little bit too strong with that one. Had a chance down low. Bethel Park passed it up to attempt the three. Now Marzina, guarded by Davis. Marzina looking backdoor to Richards. He's wide open. Nate
Great
Richards,
cut.
right side, got it.
Great cut by Richards.
Richards now with 9 points. Davis up the floor. Three-pointer. Matthias got it.
Nice look by Davis.
Great pass from Davis to find Michael Matthias. Matthias, his second three. He's got 8 points.
Matthias is shooting it well tonight. Like you mentioned, second three, but he's ready to shoot on the catch.
Richards all the way to the basket. Gets blocked, but it is a foul called on Parisi. That's his first. Nate Richards will shoot two.
There it is. Matthias just shot ready on the wing with a nice look by Davis.
Bethel foul number 33, Joe Parisi. His first, team third.
So 2 shots for Richards. Bounces in the first. Now 2 of 2 at the line. In double figures with 10. 3 players in double figures for Baldwin. Caden Cherico with 11. Nate Wessling with 14. Nate Richards with 11.
Richards good for both of his pairs.
Michael Bruckner back in there for Bethel Park. Got a chance to talk to his dad during halftime. Excited to see the production today, and his nephew Jack in the starting lineup.
Baldwin foul number 2,
foul called on Caden Cherico. That's his second. So Cherico, Richards, Wessling all have 2. Inbounded to Davis. Davis drives. Can't get it to go, and Cherico gets the rebound, trying to rip it away past defenders. And we're going to get a foul called. It's going to go on Michael Bruckner. Thought it could have potentially been a jump ball, but it'll be on Bruckner instead. And
great physical rebound by Cherico. Bethel Park showing a little bit of token pressure again.
A little bit surprised it wasn't a jump. And Bethel Park backs off the press. Wessling looks to push. Backs off, 4:17 to go. Wessling drives and got it knocked away. Up before Wentz. Three-pointer up, Matthias. Misses, offensive rebound down low. Bruckner and 1, but a travel instead is called.
I don't know about that one.
See if we can get another look at it. A little bit
great
tough to
rebound.
tell.
Hard to tell by that look.
Wessling pull-up jumper, left side elbow, splashes it in. 16 for Nate Wessling. Now a 16-point game. Matthias looking back door. Cut wasn't there. Now Davis up top. Wentz down low. Good look for Mike Bruckner, who scores.
Bruckner sealing off his defender for an easy 2.
Bounce pass stolen away. Matthias jumper off the window, doesn't go. Rebound from Bruckner is blocked by Nate Wessling. Another opportunity for Bethel Park. Davis tries a 3 left side corner. That one's good. Sean Davis gets it to fall now with 13 points, and the deficit now cut to 11. Richards pass to Shank is knocked away. Last touch by Baldwin. Good last couple of possessions for Bethel Park.
Very good last couple of possessions. It's Bruckner again on the glass. And there's the Davis 3. Nice look by Matthias.
Couple substitutions in for Baldwin as Jaden Dutine and Gabe Barakat come back in. Jack Bruckner also returns for Bethel Park, and Tanner Pfeiffer back in. Wentz gets it taken away on the pass. Dutine, Cherico, layup. Caden Cherico with 13.
Another example of the ball pressure leading to an easy transition layup for Baldwin.
50-37, Baldwin leads. Davis guarded by Wessling. Davis to the corner. Jack Bruckner. Now Wentz. Davis. Battle down low trying to find Pfeiffer. Look his way. Good defense there from Barakat. Now Pfeiffer. Got it. Lost it into the hands of Dutine, who just kind of holds the ball into his chest and allows a jump ball to be called, and the possession arrow will stay with Bethel Park. Dutine didn't look too anxious there to try to clear it out, and with a couple of guys there, Mike Bruckner helping to force the possession arrow in Bethel Park's favor.
This third quarter, couple nice seals by Bruckner and there by Pfeiffer. Seems like Bethel Park is trying to do a better effort to get it down low.
Carabineros will throw it in to Davis. And a foul called. No shot. It goes on Nate Wessling. That's his third.
Nathan Wessling is second.
It's actually his second foul ruled up here on the board. Thought it was his third earlier in the quarter. Davis, tough shot. Got it to go. Sean Davis knocks it in.
That's his second step back tonight.
Dutine to Cherico. He's like that spot tonight. A little short on it. Now 2 minutes to go. 50-39 the score. Davis, very difficult shot. Wave it off and the travel called. He does have the ability to make very tough shots.
He does.
But they're just a little bit too anxious to get that one up.
And here it is again, just a simple step back, and that is not an easy shot.
Richards with it over the timeline. Richards drives all the way to the basket. A lot of contact there, and he'll go to the free throw line.
If that's on Davis, that's his fourth.
It's going to go on Jack Bruckner.
Number 10, Jack Bruckner, his second.
Second foul on Bruckner.
Team fifth.
So free throws for Nate Richards.
To shoot 2.
Richards is 3 of 3 at the line today. And able to get the first. Michael Matthias subs back in. He's got 8 points. Mike's done a decent job today, the 6'2 senior. 2 threes. Had 5 points at halftime as Richards' second free throw doesn't go.
Richards good for half of his pair.
Matthias drives, turnaround jumper,
Tough
got
shot.
it to go. Very tough shot.
Tough shot.
Matthias for 2.
Now 10 points for Matthias. Here's Dutin up the floor. Baldwin's been wanting to push the tempo and swing it over to that corner where Jericho's been at. Dribble move, Richards. Tough shot off the front of the rim. Rebound goes to Mike Bruckner. Now Matthias. Mike swings it to Carabinos. Pfeiffer on the perimeter. Matthias, another difficult look off the side of the rim. Carabinos tries to save it and ends up throwing it off a Baldwin player's leg. Looked like that was last touch by Dutin.
Heads up play by Carabinos, recognizing that he's stepping out of bounds. He just throws it off a Baldwin leg.
Good way to save it, an easy way to keep possession. Good move from Matthias, off a dribble. Can't finish, rebound to Dutin. Dutin in the same spot where that jump ball was called, was able to outlet it to Richards. Under a minute to go, third quarter. 51-41, 10-point game here at Bethel Park. Dutin, Richards, now Jericho up top. Bearcat. A lot of movement down low from Baldwin inside the paint and around the elbows. Bearcat has it now near the baseline. Backs it back out to the wing, 35 seconds and counting.
Baldwin in no hurry on this possession.
Might just try to save it for the final shot. Never know if something materializes down low. Why not take the opportunity at it? Trying to send Dutin backdoor. Now Bearcat up top to Jericho. Bounce pass. Wessling at the right side block. Turnaround. Wessling lost the handle of it.
Might have been out of bounds.
He touched it while out of bounds. Mike Bruckner was there to help knock it away. And it'll be Bethel Park basketball. 2 substitutions in for the Blackhawks. Sean Davis with the 3 fouls comes back in. Paul Digbu also in.
This is a key possession here for Bethel Park. Only down 10. Can cut it to a single-digit deficit going into the fourth. I would assume it's going to be Davis or Matthias.
Been the guys with the hot hand. Davis 15 points, Matthias with 10, but knocked away. Davis lost it. Wessling fouled by Digbu. Everyone here wanted a block, but as Nate Wessling fell to the ground, a foul was called. Take another look.
Great hustle by Digbu behind the play, able to get back.
That
looked clean.
Paul Digbu.
Very close.
His second team 6.
Second foul on Paul Digbu.
Send Nathan Wessling to the line to shoot 2.
Nate Wessling will shoot 2, makes the first. That looked very close to a clean block.
That did look close. With 4.2 seconds here, Bethel Park still has plenty enough time. Get a couple dribbles off and get a decent shot.
Max Marzina and Matt Shank come back in. 4.2 seconds to go in this third quarter. Nate Wessling's free throw is good. Now with 18 points, Adam Dagenhart subs in, number 1 for Baldwin.
Good for both of his pair. Entering the game for Baldwin, number 1, Adam Dagenhart.
4.2 seconds for Bethel Park. Davis has to hurry. Davis gets off a shot and gets fouled. Jaden Dutin pleading to the officials. Why was I called for a foul? Have 3 free throws for Sean Davis before we go to the fourth.
Number 5 on the floor, Jaden Dutin, his first.
Current score, but Davis is going to get a chance. They got to put a couple ticks of a second left on the clock, so we'll put 0.2 on the clock. Typically it's 0.3. That's allotted, but 0.2 on the clock. Have to have some amount of time before the end of the quarter. And it will be Davis attempting 3 shots.
Nice job by Davis there, just to get the ball into the range where he's able to force up a shot and create something.
And if you're Baldwin there, just no need to foul for Jaden Dutin as he picked up his first. Davis can't bounce the first one in. If you're Baldwin, just let him take the errant shot.
That's right. Yeah, no need to foul there. It's going to be a tough shot regardless, but got to give credit to Davis for forcing the hand.
See if he can make 2 out of 3. Would give him 17 points. He's got it. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Inbound right into Shank in the quarter. Comes to an end. It's a 10-point game. 53-43 as we go to the fourth here on Black Hawk TV.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskeet your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Let's go to the fourth. 53-43, a 10-point game at Bethel Park. Sean Davis has been great. 17 points for the Blackhawks, the 6'4 senior forward. It's been the Richards and Wessling show for Baldwin, as well as Caden Cherico, all in double figures. Wessling leading the way with 18. But Justin, something that you've noticed as we go to the fourth, we have not seen much of Nick Brown at all in this game.
No, we haven't. And I'm not sure if it is due to an injury or what, but obviously he's able to handle the ball. So we'll see if they bring him back here in the fourth quarter, but has not been a lot of Nick Brown.
He is on the bench, sitting right at the head of the bench, and sat right back down right next to the coaching staff. Has not even scored today for the senior guard. Into the hands of Wessling. Now Richards almost thrown away by Davis. Richards, dribble move to the corner. Caden Cherico will try a triple.
Nice
that
pass.
one's good. Caden Cherico, another 3, his 3rd of the game. 16 points.
Cherico shooting it well from deep.
Usually it's Cherico or Marzina, that 3rd scorer for Baldwin. Marzina has not scored at all. It's been Cherico who steals that one away. Cherico in transition. Right hand layup, scores. 18 points for Caden Cherico, a breakout game this season for the junior guard.
Great start to the fourth for Cherico. Hitting a 3 and showing off some athleticism, getting out in transition.
Max Marzina knocked that one away. So right when Bethel Park got a lot of life after the foul by Dutine to force 3 shots from Davis, and another one that's stolen away off the hands of Bruckner, and Nate Wessling lays it in. Things have just knock on right for Bethel to begin the fourth, and Dante Calabria wants a timeout.
Nifty little finisher by Wessling.
And it's just the little things that have not gone well for the Blackhawks here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. That is now 7 unanswered points from Baldwin. We want to thank our sponsors, AHN, Louay Athletics, as well as E-Services Technology, and Trout Plumbing for being a part of our Bethel Park Black Hawk TV basketball sponsors here for the 2023-24 basketball season. So Bethel Park at halftime had 24 points. Scored 19 in the third quarter to turn what was a 35-24 game to 53-43. But it's been Baldwin that has come out of the gates in the last 53 seconds that's controlled the tempo.
You're absolutely right. And from a Bethel Park standpoint, that's a backbreaker. You know, you're in the game, only down 10 at the start, and we're not even a minute in here, and it's a quick 7-0 run. There's absolutely enough time to get back into the game, but not the way you want to start if you're Bethel Park.
Some other games that are in action, a lot of non-section games going on in the early portion of the year. Cannon Mac is at Peters Township. Clairton at Penn Hills. Connellsville at Laurel Highlands. Elizabeth Forward at Ringgold. Franklin Regional at Hempfield. Keystone Oaks at Trinity. Moon at North Allegheny. Definitely one of the best games going on here tonight, as well as North Hills at Butler.
I think it's important here for just Bethel Park to get an offense set up, and get into a flow of the fourth quarter.
Mike Mathias has it. Digbu came up to set a screen, but Mathias goes the other way and tries to get it to Davis down low. A lot of hands in the pile there, trying to grab at the basketball. Foul goes on Matt Shank.
That was a pretty good entry pass by Mathias. Not an easy one to make.
Matt Shank is second.
Fit that one into a pretty tight window as Davis will throw it in. Bounce pass. Pfeiffer, turnaround shot. Difficult shot. On
Nice
the follow,
follow.
it goes. Credit Jack Bruckner for his first points.
Bruckner with the putback for 2.
He's been heavy on the glass here in the second half.
Done a good job as Marzina goes over to Richards. Wide open Shank at the left side block. Blocked by Davis. Digbu looks to push. 2-on-2. Digbu will back it out. Swing it over to Mathias. Mathias drives. Looked for an outlet, but gave it to Marzina. Marzina with Wessling. 2-on-2. Marzina tried to give it to Wessling, but Davis took it away. Davis on the ground. Ball into the hand now of Cherico. Cherico through traffic delivers it off, but the timeout is called by Jeff Ackerman.
Timeout, Baldwin.
That's a good timeout. That possession was kind of all over the place. Just try to regroup your guys here with a 15-point lead.
There was a big scramble drill going on for who wants the basketball. 60-45, 15-point game.
Pizza is $1 a slice.
6:19 to go here in the fourth quarter of play.
You walk past it in the door.
Baldwin up next.
Get yourself a slice.
Has Seneca Valley next Tuesday. No Friday home game for Baldwin. We're taking on Brashear and Alderdice before turning the calendar to 2024. Talked about Bethel Park schedule a little bit as well. Last year, the Blackhawks 13-9, 7-3 in section play. First round exit against Mars, 76-40. In the 5A playoffs, that game was played at North Hills. And the game against Baldwin at Baldwin High School, 56-54 victory for the Blackhawks. Wide open, Caden Cherico, someone you do not want to leave open tonight. And he splashes in a three from the right side corner. Caden Cherico, 21 points.
That was a great play designed by Jeff Ackerman. Kind of had all the actions close to the ball, and Cherico was able to slip far side.
Mathias layup goes. 12 points for Mathias. Richards to Wessling. Wessling to Cherico. Why not? Another three. Left side corner. That one rattles out. Shank bounces it around into the hands of Digbu. Now Davis. Davis looking for Mathias.
Great cut.
Backdoor. Bounce pass. Blocked away by Wessling. Was a good look, but better defense there as
Very good look.
the 11s were on each other. Nate Wessling guarding Mike Mathias. Right in. The Pfeiffer knocked away by Shank.
Bethel Park has ran that play a couple times where they try to sneak Pfeiffer on the opposite block.
And it's worked. It's worked at times, but another opportunity now at the left side block right into Mathias. Now Davis. All the way to the basket. High shot. Doesn't go. Pfeiffer on the rebound down low. Lost it, and that's because of a foul called on Caden Cherico, which will put Pfeiffer to the line.
Another nice job by Pfeiffer there, sealing off his defender. He just played for the rebound. Going up strong and getting 2 free throws.
Third foul on Cherico. Pfeiffer is 2 of 4 at the line today. He has missed his first, both chances he's been at the stripe, and made the second, but this time makes the first. Now with 5. Substitutions in for Bethel Park.
Entering the game for Bethel Park, number 15, Alex Tiskowski.
I think at some point here, Austin, we're going to see Bethel Park apply some pressure, try to create some turnovers.
Alex Tiskowski subs in for the Blackhawks. Also Mike Bruckner back in. Yeah, you got to try to force as many turnovers as possible to get as many possessions back as you can. Trailing it by 14. Also don't want to give Baldwin too many opportunities to run up the floor and get easy layups. As Wessling, dribble move, jumper, good.
He loves that pull-up.
It's a difficult shot off the dribble. Able to focus in, set your feet. 22 points for Nate Wessling. And stolen away by Richards. Nate Richards layup, cashes in. 67-49.
Richards for 2.
14 points for Richards. It just seems that this is a different Baldwin team than last year in the 2-point win for Bethel Park. Davis lost it and threw it away out of bounds.
Yeah, I really like what Baldwin's been able to do here on the defensive side of the ball. Applying some pressure and able to kind of anticipate some passes and get out in transition for some easy layups.
Matthias and Pfeiffer come back in, as well as Thomas. 67-49. Bethel with only 6 points in the fourth quarter. Baldwin, 14. Richards with it up top. 4.5 to go, fourth quarter. Bethel trying to apply pressure. It looks like a 1-3-1, Justin.
It does. And like I said earlier, Bethel Park here just needs to apply some pressure to force some turnovers. Nice
Cherico
pass.
off the pass and one. Nate Westling found Caden Cherico, who's having a career game. 23 points for Caden Cherico, has a chance for 24.
Great look by Westling and an even better cut by Cherico. Realizing once the ball gets below the midline of the 1-3-1, there's only one guy back there. And Nate Westling was able to draw him up. And how about Cherico cut back?
Cherico taking it back again off the Bruckner outlet. Cherico will shoot 2 more, and Bruckner picks up his third. It's been a good day to be Caden Cherico. His brother AJ in attendance today. Baldwin basketball alum, as misses the first. He's missed back-to-back free throws for Cherico. Paul Digbu comes back in. We haven't really seen much Digbu as well as Brown. We haven't seen Brown in the second half.
We have not.
Second free throw good. 24 points now for Caden Cherico. He leads all scorers. Sean Davis has not scored in the fourth. Step back. Matthias rattles off. Rebound down low. The putback no good from Jack Bruckner. Rebound goes to Shank. Bounce pass. Westling. Nate Westling through traffic. Puts it up and in. Westling came up hobbling a little bit. Got it to fall. He's got 24.
Tough, aggressive finish.
Will Thomas has it. Substitution to the scorers table for Baldwin. 3 subs ready to check in. Digbu, step back. Thought about a 3. Goes to the outlet and Pfeiffer. Guarded by Shank in by the perimeter. Now out to Thomas. Knocked away by Westling and out of bounds. It will stay with Bethel Park, and substitutions come on for Baldwin. Somewhat like a hockey line change as 4 subs come on and now make it 5.
We got the full hockey shift change.
Adam Dagenhart, EJ Golvash, Jaden Dutine, Gabe Barricat, and the first time that we see Jackson Scatoni out there for Baldwin, as all the starters are now on the bench for the final 3:18 and counting. Pfeiffer to the basket, got it to go.
Great take, tough finish.
7 points for Tanner Pfeiffer.
And here comes the pressure.
Jaden Dutine with it. The reserves on there for Baldwin. There's a foul from Jack Bruckner. Third foul on Bruckner. See how some of these players from Baldwin can try to adjust to this. Not too many varsity minutes for guys like the freshman Golvash, Scatoni with his first varsity minutes. Came earlier this season, new varsity player. Same thing with Dagenhart.
And they're going to be up against some pressure for Bethel Park, trying to create some turnovers.
Trying to get into the passing lanes as Dagenhart has it, now Golvash. Dagenhart in the corner. Trying to force some traps and a steal as Golvash gives it over. Scatoni. And now Dutine. Under 3 minutes here in the fourth.
Baldwin doing a nice job just working around here, killing some clock.
Golvash lost the handle, taken away by Davis. Davis, long
nice
pass. It's up to Thomas. Thomas gets blocked by Dutine. Out of bounds, and will go to Baldwin.
Great pass and great defense from Baldwin. There it is again. Long outlet pass, and Dutine able to get his hand on it. That's really good defense.
Got his right hand on the ball. Now has the basketball. Crossover move to the basket. Guarded by Pfeiffer. Wild shot into the hands of Digbu.
Pfeiffer adjusted that shot 100%. Long arms.
Did a good job defending it as Digbu goes right to the basket. Tried to get his own miss, but it goes into the hands of Dagenhart. Adam Dagenhart to Jaden Dutine. Dutine can't get the layup to go. Rebound from Davis. Long outlet pass out to the quarterback, Pfeiffer, on the Bethel Park football team, and Pfeiffer gets it to roll in.
Yeah, that was backwards. Pfeiffer's usually throwing that one. Nice finish, though.
A little bit on the other end. As Goldvash's layup gets blocked by Digbu. Davis up the floor for Jack Bruckner. Bruckner gets that one to fall. Jack Bruckner, only points have come in the fourth. He's got 4, 72-55. 1.5 to go in the game. Jackson Scatoni over to Dagenhart. Now Dutine. Dutine with a layup blocked.
Nice recovery from Bruckner.
Jack Bruckner, big time block as the reserves come on for Bethel Park.
There's Pfeiffer again. Down low with a tough finish.
And then here again, Bruckner able to create in space. As Goldvash kicks it. Scatoni. Scatoni puts it up. Can't finish. Rebound to the Blackhawks. Benjamin Lentz with it. A lot of fresh faces in there for Bethel Park. Drive all the way to the hoop. Left-handed layup goes. Goldvash with it. Got it knocked away. Cameron Benassi was the one who scored the last points.
Tough shot.
Very tough shot, but able to get it to fall. 4 points now for Parisi. Goldvash to Bigley, who just subbed in. First varsity minutes of the year for Bigley. Dagenhart to Scatoni. Now Dagenhart. Goldvash with 20 seconds left. And a foul called. As Shane Bigley, the junior guard, is fouled. And another substitution in. Andrew Pulaski, number 4, subs in for Bethel Park. Bruckner picks up the foul. That's his 4th. 17 seconds left. Into Dutine. Jaden Dutine over to Scatoni. Fakes on a 3 and goes to Dagenhart. Bench calling out for Dagenhart to shoot it. Ball is lost. Picked up by Dagenhart. Puts it up and in. Dagenhart able to score. Adam Dagenhart before the buzzer gets it to go, and Baldwin gets a victory. 74-59 against the Bethel Park Black Hawks. The Fighting Highlanders come out victorious, a 15-point victory on the road. .24 points for Nate Wessling, 24 for Caden Cherico for Baldwin, 14 for Nate Richards. The big 3 tonight for Baldwin. The 2 Nates are usually the 2 offensive contributors. Caden Cherico with a career game, 24 points. And for Bethel Park, Sean Davis did really well first 3 quarters, but was shut out in the 4th. We did not see much of Nick Brown at all in this game. 9 points for Tanner Pfeiffer. Mike Mathias took a little bit later to get going, did not score in the first quarter of play, ended the game with 12. Baldwin on both ends, offensively and defensively, just too much for Bethel to handle.
Yeah, they were, and like you mentioned earlier, it was the big 3 of Cherico, Richards, and Wessling. And the 3-point shooting tonight from Cherico was a huge part of this game. And I also thought a big part of this game was at the beginning when Baldwin was able to apply pressure to Bethel Park.
Justin, final thoughts from what we've seen today?
Great game from Caden Cherico.
Yeah.
Sean Davis was very good in the second quarter, was able to keep Bethel around, but I think it was too much of the big 3 for Baldwin. Cherico, Richards, and Wessling.
Our first Bethel Park basketball game is in the books. We'll be back later on this month to provide girls basketball coverage of the Bethel Park girls basketball team. Stay tuned to social media and multiple other ways that we'll be able to promote our games. Later on throughout the year, we'll be bringing you 6 Bethel Park broadcasts. 5 more to go as this one is now in the books with a 74-59 victory for the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders. Baldwin moves now to 4-1 overall. Bethel Park drops to 1-3. Thank our entire crew, Jake Mislimchik and Ryan Milan, running our production truck, as well as Jill Wida, Madison Benedict in the truck as well, Gino and Joey Bonity, and running our sideline camera, Evan Laurent. For Justin Mice, I'm Austin Bechtold saying so long from Bethel Park, repeating the final score. 74-59, the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders go on the road and defeat the Bethel Park Black Hawks and avenge last season's loss. Thank you for watching this presentation of Blackhawk TV. Have a great night.